Hello, I'd like to show you a little craft today, which is a lovely thing to do at this time of year for Lammas. Lavender wands. They're a really lovely thing to put on your altar, or you can hang them in your wardrobe to make everything smell nice, which they smell beautiful. They're really easy to make. You just need long-stemmed lavender and some ribbon. So you need an odd number of lavender stems, because what you're going to do is weave in between, so it needs to be an odd number. And what I like to do is clean the stems off before I start. So I take off all these little fluffy bits which are going to spoil the effect. Let's get rid of those. I don't waste these little bits. I've been putting them in a little bag, which will go in my drawer or under my pillow. I've got a little charm that I'm going to put on the front of it, so that'll be an extra little craft. You can use any sort of thinnish ribbon. You don't want it too fat, it wouldn't really work very well, or you could use lace, whatever you fancy. So you get your stems of lavender. I'm using 9. Oh, the other thing I do is take that bit off as well, because that gets in the way. I'm using 9 stems, but you can use as many as you like. The more you use, the fatter it will get. So you put them all together, line the bases up, so they're all lined up there. And then get your ribbon, but leave a bit about that long. And you don't have to do this, you'll see later on why I do this. I just find it helps. And then tie it round here, wind it round a couple of times. Let's get rid of that one. And tie it nice and tightly. Up. Then, and turn it upside down. Try and get your little end tucked away somewhere in the middle, because you won't need that till the next stage. And then you're going to bend these down to cover this part. And I find the best way, I learnt this on a corn dolly making course, if you put your thumbnail at the base of the stem and then bend it down, it's less likely to snap. It may snap, let's hope it doesn't. So you bend them all the way down. Try and get them in the right order so that they spread round nicely. There we go. You can see what I'm doing. Ooh. Nearly there. Sometimes they'll crack a tiny bit, but we can live with a crack. It's a break we don't want. Right, they want to go in those gaps there. So it's all, think of it caged. It's all caged round, and then with your long end, you need quite a long end. I mean, I've just left it attached to the exploded roll of ribbon, and you're going to go under and over. So I'm going to go over the first one, under the second one, and then over the next one. Hope you can see. The stems are rather long. Let's trim those down a bit, make life easier for myself. That's it. Right. Keep it as far to the top as you can. Right, over the next one, under that one. Working your way around done one complete round, you'll find that this one I went over, so on the next round I'll be going under, so that's a way to check that you're working correctly. If you go wrong, it's not the end of the world. No one will notice, it'll still be pretty. Yeah. So, then, the next one, and under, and you can see it's starting to build now, working the way around. As you go, you tuck the little pieces in as much as you can, and keep it nice and tight, because as this lavender dries, sometimes it shrinks a little bit, so it will go a bit baggy if you don't do it tight enough, so make sure it's nice and tight. So rather than boring you while I get all the way down, in true Blue Peter fashion, here's what I made earlier. So on this one, you can see I've gone over and under, all the way down to the bottom there. And now, this is where the little end comes into play. Probably could have left a bit of a longer end with that one, but never mind. So, to finish this little piece off, wrap that round tightly, and then with your little end, you've got something to tie off with. I just find that makes life a lot easier. So, knot it nice and tightly, make a pretty bow, speedily. Now, and then the long ends, just to finish these off because they sort of get in the way, you just wrap it round as you go. Which tidies that right up. And then knot it off. No. Make it nice and tight. What I do is leave that loop like that and then tie a knot. Which gives you your hanging loop. Just trim that. Yeah. So, one lavender wand, either for an altar, or as I say, you can hang it as a decoration or hang it in your wardrobe. Don't have to leave the stems that long, not everybody's stems are that long. Something like that would be quite ample, but it smells gorgeous. They make lovely little gifts. And it's just a nice craft to do on a sunny afternoon at Lammas time. Lammas blessings.